I have some great news for you about the upcoming RPGs which we have been blessed by the RPG gods this year and for the next years to come. With recent RPG title releases month after month, 2022 proves that it's the golden era of the role-playing games. And the year of 2023 is still going very strong, with this upcoming huge titles of RPGs that will be dropping very soon. It's the best time to take your vacation leave, or you can just quit your job for you to have time to play all this game. Without further ado, here are the best of the best RPG releases for the year of 2023. From the creators of Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk, comes a new tale in the dungeon exploring adventure filled with charm and mystery. Labyrinth of Galleria, The Moon Society, is another Nippon Ichi software title which is an RPG in first person and a dungeon crawler game with endless exploration and characters to customize. Aided by the master witch Madame Marta, her assistant Eureka, and an army of soul-infused puppets, you are tasked with delving into the depths of a mysterious underground labyrinth teeming with enchanted monsters to unearth the treasures and secrets within. If you love this kind of RPG, because I do, you can pre-order it now in your preferred console. Labyrinth of Galleria is coming early in 2023. Next is an indie game inspired by Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. Demonschool by Necrosoft is a new style tactics RPG that follows freshman Faye, a last in-line demon hunter as she fights possessed students and weird enemies in between human and demon world. Like Persona, it mixes school life with dialogues, a tactical combat system, and horror cinematic scenes. Explore a mysterious island that reveals its mysteries morning, noon, and night, day by day, week by week, across a university semester. Plan your team's schedule to enhance their skills and gain new abilities, and enhance their relationships depending on who you choose to pursue. Demonschool has no official release date yet, but it is set to be released next year. Next off is an RPG funded from Kickstarter. SacriFire by Pixelated Milk is a 90s inspired role-playing game paying tribute to the classics like Vagrant Story and Xenogears, with a mix of modern RPG. Travel between the sprawling subterranean city of Antioch and the idyllic spirit paradise of Erebus, in a game universe which blends fantasy with science fiction. Combat system is a merge of both real-time and turn-based elements with graphics that are rather eye-catching blend of 3D and pixel. The game was supposed to be released this year, but they'll be delaying it to polish and improve the gameplay experience. Square Enix announced that it is planning a simultaneous worldwide release for Infinity's Strash, Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Tai. The game is an action RPG based on the anime and manga series. It tells the story of a young hero called Dai, who along with his companions, fight to protect the world from an army of monsters led by Dark Lord Hadlar and his master, the Dark King Vern. It has a sleek action battle system, which looks amazing in the trailer, and a beautiful 3D model and environment. The game has no official release date yet, so let's wait for further announcement about this game. Next off is another entry of Nippon Ichi software in the Disgaea series. Disgaea 7 takes place in a world of mix of traditional and modern Japanese culture. It follows a samurai new protagonist called Fuji, along with an otaku girl called Ririka. Together with their friends, they will fight through this netherworld to restore the code of Bushido, which has been lost to time. They will encounter several demons with anachronistic designs, only adding to the over-the-top nature and silliness of the game. Several new features are also highlighted for this game, like the Dodeca Max system, where player and enemy characters will grow huge and can wreak havoc on the map or open giant treasure chests, which is a parody of Pokemon's Dynamax mechanic. Disgaea 7 will be dropping this January 26 of 2023 for PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. If you love a JRPG with a dating simulator, then this is for you. Eternights by Studio Sai is an anime 3D style JRPG where you try to make the most out of life during apocalypse. The action combat looks great, and the dungeons you will explore are filled with mystery and danger. As the deadline looms, you will have to quickly overcome traps, puzzles, and dancing minigames to make it through in time. The dating sim and time system share similarities from Persona. When you're not exploring dungeons, you can choose to spend time growing closer to a cast of 5 quirky and lovable characters, as you explore their stories and grow closer to them. You also unlock unique skills and spells you can use in battle. Eternights will be released in the first quarter of 2023. 6 years of waiting, and I really hope they release it in 2023. GranBlue Fantasy Relink has been delayed over and over to the point that gamers are losing their interest. But I'm still very excited to see the finished product of this game since the game demos looks absolutely beautiful, and the action, battle, and combat is so fluid and slick. The world is a fully realized 3D with amazing sceneries and places to explore. All graphical resources, scenario pieces, voices, music, and other assets are in completed state. At this stage, the developers are focused on refining gameplay balance, debugging, improving audio and graphical fidelity, and making general improvements to the overall experience according to their producer Yuito Kimura. GranBlue Fantasy Relink has still no official release date yet, but hopefully it reaches the market in 2023. Next is another entry from the Fire Emblem series by Intelligent Systems and Nintendo. Fire Emblem Engage, set in the land of Elyos 1000 years later, after the seal has weakened and the fell dragon is about to reawaken. The main male protagonist's design kinda reminds me of Shoto Todoroki from My Hero Academia, and we haven't seen glimpse of the female protagonist yet. Summon valiant heroes like Mart and Celica with the power of Emblem rings and add their power to yours in this brand new Fire Emblem story. Aside from merging appearances, engaging lets you inherit weapons, skills, and more from these battle-tested legends. The turn-based tactical battle system returns with fresh cast of characters you can customize and engage to carefully craft your strategy. Fire Emblem Engage is set to be released on January 20th of 2023, exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. Pennyblood is one of the 2 JRPGs under development from Kickstarter, which is a spiritual successor of Shadow Hearts. The game follows magically gifted detective Matthew Farrell during the 1920s as he investigates supernatural events stretching across America, Europe, and Asia. Choose wisely and train your trigger finger with the Psycho Sigil battle system, which carries over several gameplay elements, including turn-based battles infused with real-time elements. Also, the lead character Matthew can transform into powerful monsters during combat. Many Shadow Hearts staff returned to develop Pennyblood, including series creator Matsuzo Machida and many more. As a big fan of Shadow Hearts series, I am so happy to hear about it, and I am looking forward for their success. Pennyblood is one of the game in double Kickstarter along with ARM Fantasia and is set to be released in 2025. Well, the production has recently started, so let's wait patiently. Next off is ARM Fantasia to the End of the Wilderness. It's currently being funded on Kickstarter alongside Pennyblood. It is the spiritual successor of Wild Arms with the return of producer Akifumi Kaneko from the same title. ARM Fantasia tells a dramatic story that unfolds in a world hurtling towards destruction. Players take the role of a group of pathfinders and, with trusted arms in hand, embark on a perilous journey across a sprawling western punk wilderness. The game features a gigantic world map. Players will race, leap, solve puzzles, and feel the momentum of crossing the land, sea, and air in high-speed vehicles as they explore and follow the story. Battles in ARM Fantasia will be turn-based battle, but it will maintain a quick tempo based on the cross-order tactics system. With a team of veteran creators from the Wild Arms series, ARM Fantasia aims to deliver what fans of the Wild Arms series had been hoping for. It has no official release date yet, and let's wait for further announcement. Next up is another title to the trilogy of Atelier Ryza, Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key by Gus and Koei Tecmo. Continues the story of the alchemist Ryza Stout, better known as Ryza, with her friends to return to the world of secrets in their third and final summer escapade. A year has passed since the fateful events of Atelier Ryza 2, and the party reunites in a quest rooted in alchemy and mystery. The game has new open field feature for an adventure with even greater freedom and refreshed character models that looks livelier and cuter than ever. Obtain various types of keys which can be used in different instances of exploration, synthesis, and battle. The combat system also seems to have a new addition where players can choose between multiple keys amidst the battle to gain buffs and boosts. Also, you can mix and match your favorite members with new characters to meet and enjoy the adventure. Atelier Ryza 3 will be dropping on February 24th of 2023. Oh my god. Konami drops a huge announcement about the HD remaster of their RPG classics Suikoden 1 and 2. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster Gate Rune and Dunan Unification Wars was a big shocker and I didn't expect it to happen. I'm such a big fan of the series and Suikoden 2 is the very best Suikoden in terms of story and gameplay, but Suikoden 5 is still my favorite. The two titles have graphical improvements, new character drawing, sound improvement, and overall game system enhancement and battle system. It's been 10 years since there was a last Suikoden game in the PSP which is a spin-off. I'm still hoping and praying to Leknat that Konami will continue to make Suikoden even though we have Eiyuden Chronicles. I feel like Suikoden still have many stories untold and mysteries to unravel, but I'm so happy we get to have a remaster. Hopefully we get one for Suikoden 3, 4, and 5 in the future as well. It is scheduled to be released next year of 2023. Next up is a combination of iconic RPGs of the 90s with an emphasis on fast-paced, customizable combat by Exceed. Trinity Trigger is a homage to the classic like Secret of Mana that features a star-studded group of RPG developers including world-building artist Yuki Nobutero and composer Hiroki Kikura from the same title, and a lot more people from different JRPG titles. Players take control of three young heroes as they attempt to defy fate and save the continent of Trinicia. Trinity Trigger operates as an isometric game with real-time combat. Accompanying them are the triggers, which are strange creatures with the unique ability to transform into 8 types of weapon that players must master if they hope to be successful on their quest. The graphics look stunning and the world looks vibrant and colorful. Trinity Trigger was already released in Japan, but the worldwide release will be arriving this early of 2023. Next is a beautiful open-world RPG from Luminous Productions and will be published by Square Enix. ForSpoken is an action role-playing game set in a breathtaking land of Athea. Protagonist Frey falls into the world of Athea and awakens with magical superpowers that let her nuke foes with a vast selection of sorceries and parkour across the world with supernatural ease. Athea is dying, corrupted by a miasma called the Break, and Frey becomes embroiled in the world's struggle as she searches for a way home. The gameplay looks sickening and the graphics alone is a chef's kiss, but the world still looks empty, and I hope they fix some issues with NPC looking lifeless and enemies being just a fodder before they release, because this game really looks promising. ForSpoken will be reaching the market on January 24 of 2023. Next is one of the RPGs I am most looking forward to play since it reminds me a lot of Chrono Trigger and Golden Sun. Sea of Stars by Sabotage Studio tells the story of two children of the Salties who will combine the powers of Sun and Moon to perform eclipse magic, the only force capable of fending off the monstrous creations of the evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer. Promising the Sabotage touch in every system, Sea of Stars aims to modernize the classic RPG in terms of turn-based combat, storytelling, exploration, and interactions with the environment, while still offering a hearty slice of nostalgia and good old simple fun RPG experience. With a beautiful graphics and soundtrack, this game is on my radar and this is a game that I must play no matter what. Sabotage Studio has delayed Sea of Stars from its previously planned holiday 2022 release window to 2023. Not sure if this can be considered as a JRPG, but Hogwarts Legacy is an upcoming open-world action RPG by Avalanche Software. In Hogwarts Legacy, you'll enter the Harry Potter universe for your very own magical adventure with the ability to customize your own character, gender, race, and choose your house from these options. Are you Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin? The game is set in the late 1800s and follows a student starting at Hogwarts in their 5th year. The player character who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart is capable of manipulating a mysterious ancient magic and will need to help uncover why this forgotten magic has suddenly made a resurgence and the ones that are simultaneously trying to harness it. The gameplay looks fantastic, with action-based combat and exploration explore the world full of mysteries with a chance to create your own story. Hogwarts Legacy is set to be released on February 10 of 2023. Next up is a sequel by Acquire and Square Enix. Octopath Traveler II is a turn-based role-playing game set in Celestia, a land comprising an eastern and western continent divided by the sea. In this faraway realm, 8 new travelers hailing from different regions venture forth for their own reasons. Step into their shoes and explore the land as you see fit, using their unique talents to aid you along your journey. The series' HD 2D graphics is a fusion of retro pixel art and 3D CG have reached even greater heights. You can now sail the seas and explore every corner of the world that changes from day to night. Familiar mechanics from the original game have been preserved, like the freedom to develop your traveler's jobs and skills, as well as the break and boost system that made battle so exhilarating with new added mechanics. Octopath Traveler 2 looks promising and will be dropping this coming February 24 of 2023. With the release of the new trailer in Tokyo Game Show, the hype for this game lit fire to my soul. Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is the spiritual successor of Suikoden, and this is the most detailed look we've seen of the upcoming turn-based RPG. Being the #1 most funded in Kickstarter, Rabbit and Bear Studios took the game show by storm with the beautiful gameplay trailer showcasing the beautiful HD 2D graphics and turn-based combat, as well as the characters' design and the magnificent, smooth environment. Yoshitaka Moriyama of Suikoden 1 and 2 and Junko Kawano of Suikoden 1 and 4 joined forces in their first collaboration in 25 years. I'm so hyped for this game since the story looks intriguing and the battle system looks very appealing. Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes has no official release date yet, but it is set to be dropped next year. Next up is one of my favorite modern turn-based RPG having another sequel. Like a Dragon 8, formerly known as Yakuza 8, is the continuation of Yakuza Like a Dragon, bringing back the turn-based combat. Kiryu and Ichiban in the game will have their own parties, which is a major change for the series, which has always focused on one core group of characters. I really love Yakuza Like a Dragon. I already platinumed it, and it's the only Yakuza game I find interesting. Like a Dragon 8 will hopefully be an exciting evolution for the franchise, and it definitely seems like RJG Studio is making some big swings to help shake up the series. It's just a shame we will have to wait until 2024 to get the Like a Dragon 8 release date, and we have to stay healthy until further notice. Topping our list is the much-awaited Part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It was renamed to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second installment in the remake trilogy. It continues the story of Cloud, Tifa, and their friends. With the success of the first remake, I'm sure the second one will be as successful with an enhanced graphics and improved gameplay mechanics. As with the previous game, it's a full-length standalone experience that reimagines the iconic Final Fantasy VII for the modern era. You can get a glimpse of what to expect in the new trailer, which sees Cloud and Sephiroth traversing an area that fans of the original game will undoubtedly recognize. For now, we have a limited information about the game, but hopefully they stick to the original story since it will ruin the story for me. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is scheduled to drop in the winter of 2023 until further announcement.